Alright, this morning I'm going to make a damselfly nymph, what I call a damselfly nymph, and I've seen a lot of different ones, and I would say this is one, okay? But the thing about the damselfly is a damselfly, as opposed to a dragonfly, a damselfly sits with its wings folded like this, and a dragonfly sits with their wings spread apart. Now, the damselfly nymph that I make it in a bit of an iridescent green with biota tails and a bit of a shell back. You can make it either with a bead here. In this case, this is a size 14 Temco 200 hook. I really like the Temco 200 hook for this particular fly. It is probably my favorite hook in this particular fly. Okay, and I normally would tie it with a gold or a silver bead head, but I nearly always wrap it with a copper wire. Okay, so we're going to start in here and do an underlayment on our hook like we would on any other fly, winding back. Get back here to the tail. We're going to come and make a bit of a hump right there. Now, the reason I like to make the hump is I intend to tie some biotes in here, and I want the biotes to have a nice flare, and this kind of supports me. Biotes, I've actually found pretty good luck in this particular fly using the yellow dyed biotes or black. Usually I use black, but the yellow ones, there's times when the fish are on yellow that it's a really good color to have these for tails. So the biotes have got a natural curve to them, so I'm just going to take a clip 2 from the strip, and I'm going to separate them so that they have that curve like that. I'm going to come in here, and you don't want your tails to be real long. If the shank of the hook, the straight portion of the hook here, is roughly, we'll say, that long, then I want the tails to be about that long. So I'm going to come in here and make a soft wrap here just to catch it. And biotes are kind of waxy and a little stiff, and they have a tendency to kind of move around on you. So what you want to do is kind of bind them in slow to begin with, holding them in place, and then wind forward a bit. Peel this back, clip it off like that, pick up your other one, and you're going to turn it where it's curving the other direction, match the tips here, bring it in like this. We'll catch it up here and start winding back. Now, I like to use my little tweezers. Y'all see me do that on a few other videos. The little tweezers are terribly handy for straightening things, and that way I've got the biotes sitting just like that. Now I'm going to pinch them and hold them good and wind back up over the body here. Trim off a little bit of this excess and wind them down. There again, the biotes are bad about moving around on you, so you want them to be pretty well stuck. Now, what I like to do at this point is apply whatever your favorite head cement is. And there seems to be so many different opinions on that. Now, I'm going to pick up a copper wire, and sometimes I'll use red wire, red over copper like this, or sometimes I'll use silver and a silver bead head, but in general for this fly I really like the copper wire. And this is a very fine copper wire. It's probably about a 32 gauge. If this one here is about a 28, that red one, the red one was about a 28, and this is a 32. It's very fine. Okay, I'm going to come in on top, and sometimes you get these little chinks in your wire. If you do, you just take your fingernail and do that and smooth it out. Okay, I'm going to come in here because I'm not concerned about making this a light fly. I'm going to add some of the wire going forward to actually add a little bit of weight to the body. Now, you know, if you're going to be fishing where you're going to have significant current, sometimes underneath here I'll go ahead and put about 10 wraps of 15 thousandths wire, okay, of the lead or lead-free style of wire. Wind forward here, and let's wind back. Okay, now I usually pull that out, kind of make it stick aside this way. I want to caution you, anytime you're working with wire, you get in here really close working, you don't want too long a piece because you can actually get yourself in the eye with this, and you know, there's probably a few one-eyed fly tires around from that. Okay, so when you tie in your wire, pull it back and get it out of your way. It's a safety issue. Okay, now from here I like to make a dubbing loop, and people do